Welcome to the 24th chapter of the book of 1 Chronicles, the ministration of the Levites. Of course, the Levites began with Levi, which was the son of one of the sons of Jacob of the 12 sons. And Levi had three sons. Gershon was the first, Kohath was the second, and Merari was the third. And from these, later was the priesthood. Not every Levite was a priest. The priests could only be a priest through these three men, the sons of Levi. That was back at the time right after Abraham. Then all the 12 sons and their families went into Egypt there for 400 years, and then they left with Moses, and they grew from I think it was 144 to, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people who left Egypt. And when they got to Mount Sinai, God made the law and gave it to Moses. And Aaron was his brother, and they were both from one of the tribes, I forgot, one of the sons of Levi, of the three I mentioned. I should have written it down. And God told them that the priesthood would be through the sons of, it would be through Aaron, Moses' brother. And Aaron had four sons, Nadab right here, and it begins the divisions of the sons of Aaron. The sons of Aaron, Nadav and Avihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Nadab and Abihu sacrificed unlawfully and were put to death by God. This is in Exodus. Eleazar and Ithamar then became the two families. I don't think Nadab and Abihu had any sons. Eleazar and Ithamar did, and the priesthood went down through them, and the next main priest was Eli, who was during the time of the judges, and Samuel. And then after Samuel died, then Saul became king, and Saul made Zadok the high priest, and also Ahimelech was considered as a high priest also. But Ahimelech, he was at the tent when David was fleeing from Saul, and Ahimelech gave David Goliath's sword, and then other things, and food from the holy breads. And the man called Doeg saw this, the Edomite, and he reported it to Saul, and Saul killed all Ahimelech and all of the priests, except for Ahimelech's son, Abiathar, who we will see here, who became the 13th high priest. Now, as I mentioned in the last chapter, a lot is missing in the Chronicles when it comes to David and Absalom, and then when David died, Adonijah, his son, claimed to be the king, and then Solomon and Bathsheba came in with Nathan the prophet, and David had Solomon anointed. And during that period of time, Abiathar, got to get these straight, Abiathar stayed with Solomon, and Abiathar stayed with with, I forgot his name now, Adonijah. So the son of the man who was killed by Saul stayed with Adonijah, not with Solomon. But Zadok, who was appointed by Saul, stayed with David's son Solomon, and Abiathar was more or less sent out to the farm. He wasn't killed when Solomon became king, but he was no longer officiating in the temple. Zadok was. They call him in places a trustworthy high priest. So that's pretty much where we're at right here now. So it jumps around, and it says, and Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and there were not sons to them. That's what I thought. Now, I'm not sure what it means before their father. It was in the tent, I guess. Well, I don't guess it was. And Eleazar and Ithamar, the other sons of Aaron, officiated as priests. And David divided them. Now, David's comes down way, way later from the time of Aaron. I'm not sure how many years, hundreds of years later. And then Zadok was from out of the sons of Eleazar, and he was a high priest. I'm not exactly sure how this works. And Ahimelech from out of the sons of Ithamar, they were both sort of high priests. Zadok was appointed by Saul. I suppose Ahimelech was too. I'm not exactly sure how that all happened, but they were, it says, according to their numbering or overseeing, episkopos, overseer, and more sons of Eleazar were found as rulers of the mighty ones than the sons of Ithamar. Now, again, those are the sons of Aaron, so that those two families, one stronger than the other, has more people. And he divided them to the sons of Eleazar for rulers for the houses of the families, 16. Now, Moses, or I'm not sure who was the one in he here, but be it as it is, and to the sons of Ithamar, according to the houses of their families, 8. And he divided them by lots. It may be talking about David now, way later, with the great-great-great-grandchildren. And he divided them by lots, these with these. For they were rulers of the holies, that is the temple, the tent, tabernacle, and rulers of God among the sons of Eleazar, son of Aaron. And among the sons of Ithamar, son of Aaron, the other one, and sons. And Sameah, son of Nethaniel, the scribe from Levi, wrote them before the king and the rulers, and Zadok of the priest, and Ahimelech. Now here, I think I'm not a Greek of birth. I learned this. I started when I was 45 years old. Now I'm in my 80th year. And there's a lot of things I did the best I can, I know, but right here, it's a strange structure because it says, and Ahimelech, son, and I have of Abiathar, when I was translating this over 30 years, but now I see actually Abiathar is the son of Ahimelech. But how would you know? Because it says, and Ahimelech, son Abiathar. So I'm thinking now that some of these places where it's hard to tell who's the father and who's the son, and all these names. And I did the best I can, but I'm sure more studies could be made on that. But here, maybe it should be, and Ahimelech's son, Abiathar. And the rulers, the archonton of the families of the priests and of the Levites. The house, ecology of the patrias, one family, one to Eleazar, and the house of the one family, one to Ithamar, the two sons of Aaron. But this is being divided hundreds of years later. And the first lot came forth to Eorarib. So now he's setting up more or less the watches of the tabernacle. Later it will be seen in the New Testament with John the Baptist's father, Zacharias, he was in a watch of one of these watches that David set up to go in and burn the incense. So the first lot came to Eorib. Now we're going into a lot of names. To Eavia, the Deutero, second. To Harim, the Tritos, third. To Sorim, the fourth. To Melchiah, the fifth. To Meamim, the sixth. To Akos, the seventh. To Avia, the eighth. To Iasu, the ninth. To Shechaniah, the 10th. And there we have a decade, comes from that. Well, decade would be a good one. It's a derivative. And Eliasub, the 11th. To Eliasub, the 11th. To Iakim, the 12th, these lots. To Opha, the 13th. To Esvav, the 14th. To Velga, the 15th. To Emir, the 16th. To Hazir, the 17th. To Aphasi, the 18th. To Phalthea, the 19th. To Ezekiel, the 20th. To Iachim, the 1st and 20th, 21st. To Gamul, the 2nd and 20th, that should have been highlighted. To Thalaia, the Tritos, 3rd, another one should have been highlighted. The 20th, to Muziah, the 4th and 20th. This is their episkopsis, or the overseeing or numbering according to their liturgian, liturgy, is the derivative of their ministration, to enter into the house of the Lord. Now, it wasn't a house yet, but maybe this was being set up for the temple, according to their ordinance by the hand of Aaron, their father. This is the law by God and Mount Sinai to Aaron, for Aaron, as the Lord God of Israel gave charge. Now he's jumping back down to the sons of Levi, which was the son of Jacob, of one of the 12 tribes, remaining. To the sons of Amram, Suvail. To the sons of Suvail, Eadaiah. To Ravia. To the sons of Ravia, the ruler, Easiah. And to Isar, Salomith. To the sons of Salomith, Eath. To the sons of Iddiu, Amariah, the second, Eazael, the third. Now, see, here's to the sons of Iddu. Well, where's the first? So, the sons could be the sons of Ariel, Amariah, would be the first. I don't know. It's hard for me to figure this one out. In that Eaziel, the third, Tritos, Eakamias, the fourth, to the sons of Oziel, Mika. Now, I'm sure I'm going to hear from people. A lot of people spend a lot of time in these genealogies, which I don't. I'm not into genealogies as such, and some people go through this with a fine-tooth comb and find this and that and say, well, this should be this and this should be that, use the Hebrew and so forth, which is wonderful. And so be it. If you have a better understanding of this, and maybe I should make a video seminar for people to understand it. And to the sons of Mika, Samir. There's only one son, so. And the brother of Mika, Isias, to the son of Isiu, Zacharias, to the sons of Merari. Now Merari was the son of Aaron. No, trying to think of Merari was, he's a son of Levi. Muli, I have a cheat sheet here. Keep this all straight. Mali and Musi, sons of Ozia, Voni, sons of Merari. Now we got to going back to Merari again. To Eozias, his son, Soam, and Zakur, and Avari. To Muli, Eleazar, and there were not sons to him. Now, Eleazar was the son of Aaron. Now, how he pops in, I don't know, unless there's another Eleazar. To Kis, the sons of Kis, Iramael. The sons of Musi, Muli, Ke, and Ether. And Eerimoth, it might be a misspelled here, I have to check that out. These were the sons of the Levites according to the houses of the Patrion Avton, of their houses, of their families, the Levites. And they took also for themselves lots. Klerus is a word for a lot, and we have a derivative, cleric, someone who's chosen by lots, like in the priesthood and so forth, as their brothers, Adelphi, the sons of Aaron before David. So this is all choosing for these people how they're going to serve in the temple and so forth. David the king and Zadok and Ahimelech, who was killed by Saul, and the rulers of the families of the priests and the Levites. Patriarchs, that should be highlighted there. It's a transliteration. Patriarche, Arab, as his younger brothers. Now we go into the music ministration of Asaph. And I hope you'll not be bored with all these names and these things. It continues down. Now, Jesus did not come through the high priests, the Levites. He came through the tribe of Judah. But he was a high priest, and it talks about that in, I think it was in Psalms, and I'm not sure, it was a Revelation where he's the order of Melchizedek, the priest, high priest, to Abraham tithe 10% of the things that he acquired during the war of the kings in Sodom, and it was 4 kings against 3, something like that. Jesus was a high priest of the order of Melchizedek. But the high priest is an interesting study, who these people were, and a lot of them failed. By the time of Jesus, the high priests were Caiaphas and Annas were the high priests. And we'll probably went more into that in the book of Matthew. Is it Matthew or Luke where they're mentioned? But now we're going to find out about the music ministration if you continue with us in chapter 25. And until then, again, God bless.